Hey guys, Willie and Murfitt here, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a few little jobs to get this car ready for the engine, and just a few other jobs that need to be done as well. So I've removed the old plate, and I'm not quite sure where it's gone, but as soon as I picked it up there was a massive rust patch on the back. I picked it off and the hole went straight through, so I've just put a bit of paint on the top of that. It's not the best, but that will do for now. So that is going to cover on there. The heater hose will come through the hole. The next job I've done is install this plate here. I've installed the clutch master cylinder. I've put the clevis pin underneath as well, and then came to install the brake master cylinder. I don't know if you can see that outline there? That is the hole that the master cylinder is trying to go into. So that rubber seal is well, it's kind of too big for the hole. I've looked at the bracket I took off, and it's a completely different layout. So going back here, I've got the door back on, so that's on as well. And this is the bracket I've taken off. I've cleaned it up. I need to just get into this corner because I couldn't get the grinder in there, and into that corner up here as well. But this hole is much bigger, and that will hold the master cylinder for the brakes much better. Once that's installed, I'm going to give it a quick coat of paint, install that clutch and brake back on, then the brake lines can get plumbed in. I need to try and work out whether to fit this and clean it up and paint it, or fit a different style. Back to the engine bay, I've installed the brake line that goes round the front and going underneath. I've installed the flexi hose. I've removed the hub from this side, and I need to remove the hub from the other side, and then the engine can go in. The reason I've removed the hub is because the drive shaft will stick out, and it will stop you being able to fit that engine in. I need to change this fuel hose, and I think once that's done we're ready to install the engine. So lots to do. There's less than 8 weeks to go, so let's crack on. So I've just manhandled that a little bit carefully because the paint is still wet, but I thought if I can put it onto the car it'd be better to dry whilst it's in situ than to sort of move it around again. I can't bolt up the other end because I'm waiting for the gasket there, but I can clean up the section of the distributor, or the section of the block where the distributor sits. I can clean up a few other bits and pieces as well, and we are looking really good. So I've got some spark plugs to go in. I need to get the heater tap on there as well, the thermostat, and then the thermostat housing can go on as well. I can't bolt that down just yet until the car's in, because the mount from the top here goes onto the radiator housing as well, so we can't do that just yet. We're going to be going to the shops to get some clamps so we can start fitting the hoses. I've had a delivery of a complete Fletcher silicone hose kit. So it doesn't come with any brackets or mounting clamps, so I'm taking the box down with me to get some clamps. So it's going to be from the heater to the block, and from the other side, from the heater out the other side of the bulkhead to the bottom hose. And there's going to be an adapter plate in there, or an adapter tube in there as well, and then the bottom hose to the water pump, bottom hose to the bottom of the radiator, and then top hose from the radiator to the top hose on the thermostat. Easier said than done. So I've got a few clips I need to get.
Right, hopefully you can hear me. I've just sprayed the floor and it's looking much better. That's going to be ready now to go with the brown coat over the top. Basically, the next job I was going to do was to replace the heater hoses, which go from the heater up through the bulkhead into the engine bay. The issue I have with that is that as soon as I take the pipe off, it's going to leak coolant down onto the floor. Now I can do it a different way, by removing the whole unit out, which I think is a much better option. I can put the pipes on and I can do it that way. So I'm going to have a look at that, see if I can hopefully do that. There's 2 screws holding the front up and there's some bolts at the back which pivot on. The 2 screws at the front are already removed, so hopefully I can just lift the thing up and pull it out as one.
Now a slight issue. If I replace all these pipes, which I really want to do, and I fit it all up, there is an issue that could happen, be it the heater matrix will leak, because as I'm trying to sort of like manhandle the joints. What that means is that when I put the carpet in, which in this I have a nice cream carpet from Newton Commercials, if it happens to leak, that carpet will be ruined. So I'm just wondering whether I should replace the heater matrix as well. I've never done it on this car. I did it on my previous Mini because it was leaking and it ruined a black carpet, so I think I should. More parts to order. But the thing is, if I replace it and everything's fine, great. I can leave it and everything's fine, but if I leave it and it does go wrong, I'm gonna kick myself because I should have done it properly the first time. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and I have no idea what the time is, but I'm gonna go indoors and go and relax. Hopefully, going forward, I'll be able to work out what I'm gonna do. I think possibly the best option would be to get a heater matrix, fit that, and then I know at least the system's completely new inside, and that's not likely to leak inside the car, and if it's going to leak anywhere, it's going to leak in the engine bay. I think that's the best option. Right, I'll leave you tonight. I'll come back tomorrow morning. So you get an update. I've painted all these bits here, and the piping, and the alternator bracket, and that's all basically ready to go in. Just waiting for this gasket here, which I'm going to go around and collect now because it's at the mother-in-law's. I'm going to look at what to do with this. This is the one I bought from Mini Sport. I had originally a pipe that went straight up, but the pipe snapped. So I got that. It was okay, but the screw in here snapped, so I might look at the DSN ones. Covers on the back with the silicone gaskets on. New water pump. All the pulleys been painted up as well. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I am ready to install.